Good morning. Welcome to Nalla Narasimha Reddy Group of Institutions, Department of Civil Engineering. Myself, Suresh Kumar, Assistant Professor in Department of Civil Engineering. Today, I'm going to explain about classification of surveying, that is continuation of lecture 3. Today, I'm going to tell you the lecture 4. See, already I have explained you in lecture 3 about the classification of surveying. In the classification of surveying, I classified surveying based on area and based on instrument. Today, I am going to explain about classification based on methods. The classification based on methods, there are two types. One is triangulation, another is traversing. In this triangulation method, what we'll do means that whatever the area we want to calculate, that total area will be divided into number of triangles. So either it may be a regular or irregular areas. Okay, if you want to find the area, so we need to divide total area by triangulation method, so that we need to take a one baseline. According to that baseline, we need to take a offsets from the baseline, and we'll divide that total area into number of triangles. That number of triangles, if you calculate the each individual area of a triangle, will gives the total area of that particular area. This is called triangulation method. Traversing. What is traversing? Traversing are of two types. One is open traverse and another is closed traverse. In open traverse, what we'll do means mainly this type of traversing method is conducted especially for for roads. First we need to ranging will be done initially. After that we need to go on, keep on taking the ranging rods at that particular line will nothing but a open traverse. There is one more method, that is closed traverse. This closed traverse will be the your starting point will be one station, after keeping all the stations, at the end of that again your station will be ended where you are started. That is called closed traverse. The traversing is a circuit of survey lines. It may be open or closed. When the linear measurements are done with a chain or tape, and the directions or horizontal angles are measured with compass and theodolite respectively, the surveying is called traversing. See, whatever the measurements you want to take, that horizontal measurements if you want to take, then we need to take either instrument, chain or tape. If you want to measure an angles, that angles will be measured by using compass, theodolite. These are the instruments will useful for measuring the horizontal and vertical angles when you are adopting these traversing method. If you observe this picture, it will shows the how the area is divided into number of triangles. If you observe this, here the triangle, this is one triangle, that is BCF. That is one triangle, and here it is ADE is one triangle, and if you see ABD, this is the one more triangle. See what happens means, if you are dividing the total area into number of triangles, there is a chance of getting wrong areas. So we need to use check lines, tie lines for taking the exact area of that particular field. This is called triangulation method. This is traversing. If you see this traversing, it will show one picture will showing the open traverse, and another picture it shows the closed traverse. In open traverse, the station will start at point A and it will be extended to station B, and then after station C, then after station D, and then after station E. Similarly, go on, we need to go on adding the stations. That is called open traverse. Whatever the stations you are locating on a field, that stations will be noted in this tabular form, that is bearings. Especially this traversing will be conducted by using compass survey. If you are using compass survey, that whatever the measurements you are taking, that is called bearings. The bearing is nothing but with reference to a magnitude. If you are taking any angle, that is known as bearing. And whatever the distance between the stations, we need to mark in the tabular form. That is, if you observe this tabular form, you got A to B, the bearing is 45.7 and your distance from A to B is 61.5 meters. Similarly, we need to measure all the stations distances as well as bearings, and we need to enter that values in this tabular form. Here, if you observe this closed traverse, in this closed traverse, what uh, your starting point, your starting point is station A, and your ending point is also a station A. In between, there are n number of stations. What the field area required. If you observe here in this picture, it will showing the stations A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, and it will ends at A. So if you, it is also called as closed loop. This is called as open loop. If it is a closed loop, we need to measure all the bearings at particular station as well as the distance between the two stations will be recorded in this tabular form. This is the classification based on methods. Now, I will explain you the classification based on purpose. So, see, for any survey you are doing, that survey will be will do for the purpose. Okay, if you are doing that purpose, whatever the purpose you are doing, will collect that information. That collected information will be kept in a map. That is nothing but a based on purpose. Geological survey. What is geological survey? In this method, both surface and subsurface surveying are conducted to locate different minerals and rocks in additional geological features of terrain such as folds and faults are located. See, if civil engineer want to construct any dam or any pond or anything else, or we need to do before going to visit the site, we need to rely on the geological maps. That geological maps will give the information regarding the what type of faults or folds are available in that particular area where you want to construct these dams or ponds like that. Even though here what type of minerals rocks are available in that particular area. See, if you observe this geological survey, these are the geological maps, this is a hydrological map, and this is a geological map. In these geological maps, it will shows what type of minerals are there. See, if you see here, this is the red marble, okay, limestone. Like that, there is a different type of rocks and minerals are located in this particular map. Mine surveying. Mine surveying includes both surface and underground surveying. It is conducted for exploration of mineral deposits and to guide tunnelings and mineral deposits and to guide tunneling and other operations associated with mining. So there are different type of mining survey will be done due to this coal mining in Telangana. If you talk about in Telangana state, if there will be a coal mining in Bhadrachalam as well as Bhupalapalli. These two will be a mining locations in Telangana state. Mining, sir, if you observe this picture, it will shows the mining, underground mining of this particular place where the workers will enter from this particular place. Classification of surveying, now the astrological survey. In this astrological survey, it is conducted to locate cities, antiquity, civilization, kingdoms, frauds and temples, etc. If you see in this astrological survey, what olden civilization, what type of habits and what type of constructions they have, kingdoms, where kingdoms who ruled this particular country over the period of time, and temples, what type of temples are there in that particular area. That information will be located in astrological survey. Military survey, it has a very important and critical applications in the military. Aerial survey are conducted for this purpose. It is conducted to locate strategic positions for the purpose of army operations. See, what happens means, there will be these military maps will be prepared to escape or to attack other countries when they attack us. So these operation, that is called military operations, surgical strikes, like that. If you want to operate, that will be the underground route map will be available. In that underground map, the military persons will enter or escape from that particular area. That will be very confidential, these military maps. Astrological survey, if you observe this is a map shows the astrological represents what we said, the kingdoms, temples, like that. It will be represented in a this particular map. Military map, if you see, these are the routes which are shown in this military map. These are most of the military maps will be more confidential. Now land surveying, this is nature of field. Based on this nature of field also, there are classified that as land survey and hydrological survey. Land survey is done on land to prepare a plan or maps of a given area. The topographical, city and cadastral survey are one of the examples of land surveying. These land surveying have been explained in lecture 1, where all the classes classifications, why these cadastral maps, and this hydrological survey. This survey is conducted on nearby the body of water, such as lakes, rivers, coastal areas, and everything. These are the maps which will shows the land surveying and hydrological surveying, astronomical surveying, aerial surveying. The survey is conducted for determining of latitudes, longitudes, azimuths, local times, etc. for the various places on the earth by observing heavenly bodies, sun or stars. See, these latitudes and longitudes are very important when you are doing this survey, because if you want to locate any point on a ground, it will be with respect to latitudes and longitudes only. Aerial survey, aerial survey is conducted from aircrafts. Aerial cameras take photographs of the surface of earth is overlapping strips of land. This is also known as photographic survey. These are the pictures will shows you the aerial survey and everything. See, these, if you talk about these classifications, there are purpose, what the purpose you are doing, that is classified as your particular surveying. So I want to end my class by this purpose of classification. Thank you. Right.